What's up, Blue Jays fans? My name is Rob Scott. This is the very first podcast episode. I don't have a name for this thing. We'll get to that later. I mean, you can see that this is, it looks like I'm getting ready to bury somebody. This isn't the most exciting setup. But anyway, just a quick note. I'm starting this podcast with my friend Tim Brennan. We're both very passionate Blue Jays fans. You know, we're 40. We're halfway through our lives. Both of us will probably be dead, you know, in 15 years. So why not have some fun? Get away from the kids, get away from the wife, and talk about something we love, the Blue Jays. So what I wanted to focus in on in this very first episode is issues that I see with the Blue Jays team as it's currently set up. There's a few of them. First and foremost to me is the bullpen, but I'm not going to deal with that shit today. I'll get to that later. I examine some numbers. What I want to, you know, I mean, we are constantly talking about how good this Blue Jays offense is. And listen, last year it was absolutely terrific. It's probably going to be very good this year, although not as good as last year. But there's some issues as well. There's two glaring issues to me with this offense. The depth and the leadoff position. We will not be a playoff team with the current depth we have in the offense. And if we continue to put Michael Saunders or Carrera in the leadoff spot, it just isn't gonna fucking work. Look, Michael Saunders, what the hell's his numbers? So Michael Saunders is a career .233 hitter with a .304 on base percentage and a .688 OPS. He's off to a beautiful start, but that is not going to last. The fucking floor is gonna fall through this guy sooner than later, okay? This is what he is. He is not a leadoff man. He does not have the speed. I think he had a career high 21 steals like 17 years ago. He is not, we're throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks because we have no other options. So Carrera is not a better option. He has a tiny bit more speed, but he's a career .310 OBP guy. That's not going to work. And he's a fucking awful defender. So we have to fix this position. What I don't understand, I mean, I understand that Dalton Pompey is injured right now, and he will, you know, I don't know what his timeline is, if it's a week or 2 weeks, but he should be on this team. He is better than our options right now in left field. He's a better player defensively. His on-base percentage is actually his OPS, 685 OPS compared to 688 for Saunders, 661 for Carrera. Now, I know we're not the leadoff spot, we're not just focusing on OPS, but the kid's ready. I mean, to me, he's showing that he's got the stick in AAA. Let's bring him up. He's the best defensive player we have. He's 23 years old. He's got a shit more speed. So bring him up. He is our leadoff man. At the very least, he's the best fucking option we have. We cannot keep running Saunders and Carrera out there and hoping that they keep this shit together because it's not going to happen. So the leadoff position and the left field position are the same problem. So what I just talked about in leadoff, same people in left field. So when we look at AAA, well, what do we have in AAA to fix the outfield position? We don't have fucking barely anything. We have Domonic Brown, Jesus Montero. What is he? Is he a first baseman? Is he just a DH? Is he still catching? I don't even know what that fucking guy's doing, but he's been a bust so far. But even his bat, career .253 average, is better than Saunders, Carrera, and that's in 806 career at-bats. He's 26 years old. You bring him up, he might have something. There might be a little bit of magic there. He's certainly no worse But again, I don't see him as an outfielder. I think he's just shitty defensively. But somebody could correct me on that. So we have Domonic Brown, 246 career average, 305 OBP, 405 slugging percentage, and 1,591 career major league at bats. He's got a little bit of speed, a little bit of pop. You know, he's a better. And I think in AAA right now he's hitting 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, and 65 at bats, 2 steals, a 257 average. I mean, a shitty 703 OPS. And he doesn't fucking walk at all. What's his on base percentage? He's batting 231. His on base percentage is 257. So he's a piece of shit. Listen, no offense to his mom or his dad or anybody in his family. As a baseball player, he's a piece of shit just like the rest of them. So we have an extreme problem in left field. We have extreme problem times 10 in the leadoff position. And we have no depth to fill those holes. So there's left field and there's the leadoff position. Where are the other depth? Where's the other holes? Well, first base. So Chris Colabello went and fucking jacked something in his body, pretend he didn't know what he was doing, and now he's gone for 80 games. So fucking wipe him out for a while. My feeling is he's probably gone, period. Will he be a Blue Jay again? I don't know. I find it hard to believe, to be quite honest. I think players nowadays are trying to shun this PED thing. The shitty start, it might be a different story if he got off to a hot start, but he got off to a real shitty start. And he could pay the price for that with his career, at least as a Blue Jay. That's my initial feeling. I could be wrong because I'm just a fucking guy that sits here in my house and I barely struggled to get out of the junior baseball. Logo prop. Anyway. So first base right now, we got Justin Smoak. Justin Smoak is a very nice defensive player. I like him in that position, but I don't think his bat can carry his glove. I don't think his bat... I mean, he's got good pop, switch hitter. I definitely don't want to throw him away. He's a nice piece, but that's all he is. He's a small piece of ass. He's not the whole Pamela Anderson. Well, she's a bit outdated now, but he's not everything. He's not the whole body. He's just a little piece of ass. And he serves one purpose, maybe two purposes, a little bit of pop off the bench, some versatility, switch hitting, and a great glove. So, but it surprised me to learn that his career OPS is 700, especially showing the power that he had last year, which was, 18 bombs in like 250, 60, 70 at bats. He showed some good pop for sure, and he's showing some nice on-base discipline this year. But, I believe in the law of averages, and the law of averages for Justin Smoak says he's a 224 hitter, a 310 OBP, and a 390 slugging percentage. That really surprises me. His slugging percentage is that low, considering the power we saw last year. And I think the power we saw last year is real. Now, so we have him at first base. Who else can we slide in there? We slide Eddie in there, but I mean, we all know that we don't want Eddie playing first base. Eddie's a DH. We've got a lot of fucking DHs on this team, and that's a problem. Excuse me. So, Justin Smoak, Colabello, Eddie, I don't know who else you can slide in there. So it makes you think, well, what do we have on the farm? What do we have in AAA? We got Casey Kochman, who is another terrific glove. I thought I heard recently that he is like fifth best fielding percentage of all time at first base, which is incredible. He's 33. His bat is, I mean, he's a 260 career batting average compared to 224 for Smoke, but he's not as versatile. He does not have the same amount of pop. And he's 33, and I don't believe he hasn't played in the majors since 2013. In the minors right now, we are looking at... so he's got 1 home run, 3 RBIs, and a 279 average, 404 OBP, and an 822 OPS, and that's it with the Bisons in AAA. So that's Casey Kochman. He's an option to come up. But clearly you can see, and Jesus Montero, who we talked about earlier, who's stroking a 328 batting average, 813 OPS, 1 home run, 11 RBIs. But that's fucking irrelevant, because this guy has hit the shit out of the ball in AAA his whole career. He can't do it in the majors, is what he's shown. He's one of those quad A players. So, first base is a depth issue. You know what? Even with Chris Colabello, it was a depth issue, to be honest, because Chris Colabello had done it for 1 season, for the most part. We didn't know what he was. So we have Smoke, we have Eddie to slide in at first, and on the farm we have Casey Kochman and Jesus Montero, or Jesus if you're into religion. So that is an issue. First base, left field, shortstop. I want to highlight shortstop. We have Troy Tulowitzki at shortstop. And why I want to highlight shortstop is because we all forget this guy is fucking made of glass. We have to prepare for injury. Troy Tulowitzki averages since his first season. No, his first season he played like 25 games. So since that first season, he has averaged 118 games a year. So he's missing, quickly doing the math in my head, 44 games a year. 44 games, you have to find another option at shortstop. So what do we have? We have Ryan Goins, who can slide over and play short. Darwin Barney probably can slide over and play short. Both of those guys are terrific with the glove. Less than ideal as shortstop, but terrific with the glove. Devin Travis. This guy and his fucking 3 shoulders, I don't know when he's coming back, but what's his stick like? We don't know. We've seen a nice little portion, and it was a nice portion from Devin Travis. But Devin Travis didn't show that kind of power in the minors. Is this power real? Is that batting average real? It's a roll of the dice with him. So what we're looking at on the major league level for second base and shortstop, preparing for Tulowitzki to be injured because he will get injured. The law of averages is always right, in my opinion. He's missing 44 games a year. So you're going to slide Goins over? You're going to slide... And then now we have Goins and Darwin Barney as our starting middle infield? And listen, it's early, and I'm not one to panic and say, well, you can't, Ryan Goins is off to a slow start, so he's shitty again. He might be shitty again. If he doesn't hit 250, he's a backup. In my opinion, he's got to be a backup coming off the bench. His glove is so good, and I love watching him and Tulowitzki together. Oh, it's beautiful. But his glove is not good enough to be a 220 hitter, and that's right now. That's what he's less than that right now. Ryan Goins, gone. He's a 183 hitter with a 456 OPS. Holy fuck me. A 28, so there's not a lot of growth left there. He's a career 230 hitter with a 599 OPS. So that's likely what we have in Ryan Goins. That's not good enough to be a championship team. When you consider the issues in left field and you consider the issues at first base is a power position. Okay? We don't have that thump at first base. Jose Bautista is borderline a DH now. Or first base. So we have some real issues with this team with depth. Anybody gets listen, even if they don't get injured just now, we have 3 weak positions. If we get injured, Tulowitzki, who will get injured, Jose Bautista, who will get injured, we don't have anything to fill those slots. Middle infield. Alexi Casilla in AAA, a shortstop. Garbage. Again, no offense to his mom and dad or him personally. You may be a great person, but you're garbage as a player. You're not, you're not there anymore. Or were you ever there? I don't know. No, based on the numbers, the answer is no. We have to go all the way down to AA to find a manageable second baseman in John Birdie, who's got good speed. But again, not much of a hitter. He's 26. There's a reason you're 26 and still in AA. So we have no options. We have no middle infield options. We have no left field options. We have manageable first base options. There is significant depth problems here on this team in the offense. We can bring up Andy Burns from AAA. He's versatile. He can play multiple positions. He hits lefties well. But at the major league level, we don't know. I mean, he's never, shown anything. So, my point is, we talk about the offense as if everybody just hold on, the offense is gonna come. And the offense will get better. That is absolutely 100% for sure. But there's holes. There's holes and there's trouble waiting. And how do we fill them? There's nothing in AAA. Casey Kochman at first base. Alexi Casilla at shortstop. Andy Burns, who can play multiple positions. That's the best we have. Does that give anybody pause for concern? Anyway, I don't know how we solve these problems. I don't see the pieces that we have to fix these issues. You tell me. You tell me how we fix these issues. What do we have to trade? Who are we going to move? This team is flawed. This team reminds me a lot of what Alex Anthopoulos built every single year except the last 2 months of last year, where he spent all of our capital to make a team that was, listen, we all had a ball watching. It was fun as fuck. But Alex Anthopoulos built teams with a lot of holes. And this reminds me of the exact same thing. I don't know Mark Shapiro. I don't know the moves he's going to make. I don't have enough knowledge of his history. He's not a star GM. He's been there long enough to know that he's not a rising star on the scene. We see what he is. He's never won a championship. He's built some decent teams. I got a real feeling that he's going to move the older guys. I don't want Jose Bautista back. I'll be honest. And I know, I've said this before on our live commentary. I know I'm probably in the minority on that. But what the fuck are we looking at? 36-year-old outfielder who is borderline DH now, can still swing the stick, still a great personality, still love to watch him hit. But there's some capital we can get back from him. This team is flawed, and that's not even talking about the bullpen issues. which I do want to talk about in the next podcast. Anyway, that's going to be all for now. I did enough rambling. I hope you enjoyed. So we'll be back with another episode. For now, you can follow me and my man Tim Brennan on Twitter. We have a couple Twitter handles you can go to. We're going to streamline all this stuff and make it good. We're not going to have a set that's going to look like we're, burying 156 people. We're going to make this fun. We do some live talking on Periscope, live commentary in between innings. Our first show, we had some good turnout for that. So follow Jay's Talking. I'll put these links on the site so you can see them. And also, I'm at Blue Jays Droppings. That's Blue Jays Feeder. And those are both on Twitter. And thank you for joining us. Well, me, I guess, but in spirit as well. Tim Brennan, maybe he's over here. Sometimes we can't always get together because we live quite a distance apart. Anyway, we're doing this together. Thank you. Take care.